There are so many methods where an outcome can be realized. And for endurance fitness, you need consistency, progressive overload, and we need to increase training volume over time slowly. We have to include speed work with tempo runs, critical velocity, and we have our long runs, a fueling strategy, and of course a recovery plan. And we also have these so-called big workouts at marathon pace. You see, we require a stimulus, pain and discomfort for adaptation to get better. And that's why we include these type of workouts. All of these are concepts that are part of building endurance fitness and reaching our goal. There are a few concepts that work in everything that we do, also for endurance fitness. And that is what I focused on during this entire build. But this concept and belief we install over time, it only applies when we try, we fail, and we improve those strategies to make them work for each one of us.
Alright fam, good morning. It's Sunday, it's the 14th of September and we are officially 5 weeks out from the Amsterdam TCS Marathon, which is happening on the 19th of October of 2025. As of right now, I have a big workout on my schedule today. This big workout is a 35 kilometer marathon based workout. And these workouts, guys, these are the ones that we need to incorporate inside our marathon schedule, inside our marathon training to prepare ourselves the best way possible, of course, for race day, but more importantly, to boost our confidence. Because these workouts, as we have around 2 to 3 times prior to race day, are the ones that truly matter, that shows us if we prepared ourselves the best way possible for race day already, if we did the work that we needed to do in order to get ourselves physically and mentally prepared for race day, and all the things around as well. Because right now, as you can see, I have 2 pieces of sourdough, I have some jam on it, 2 bananas and honey to top it off. Why I'm doing this exactly like this? Because I will also do it the same way on race day. I don't want to basically get into race day with the wrong expectations, with things that I haven't tested yet. So everything that I'm doing today and the days leading up to this workout are intentionally created to basically really repurpose race day. That's what we want to do. And as of today, the big workout includes the following. We have a 35 kilometer big workout on our schedule and we are, like I said, 5 weeks out. This 35 kilometer workout includes a 3 kilometer warm-up, then 6 times the following. We started off with a 1.5 kilometers at marathon pace. This is around 4:15, 4:60 minutes per kilometer for myself, as I'm of course aiming for a sub 3 hour marathon. Then on top of that, right after that 1.5 kilometer loop, we have a 3.5 kilometers at 3:58 minutes per kilometer. That's around 15 to 20 seconds faster per kilometer. And this loop of 1.5 plus the 3.5 will repeat itself 6 times mid-workout. So this is in total 30 kilometers of hard work, of marathon-based work. Rounding it off again with a 2 kilometer cool down. So guys, like I said, we want to prepare ourselves the best way possible. We do that, of course, with the training, but more importantly as well, the days leading up to race day, the days leading up to these days during the big workouts that truly matter. If we treat these days like race day, we know what works, and also important, we know what doesn't work. The same for our nutrition, not only on the day itself, but the carb load 2 to 3 days prior. I've stacked up a lot of carbs over the past 2 to 3 days to top of my muscle glycogen, to top of my liver glycogen, and to just store those carbs so I can tap into these carbs during the workout, which we really want to do because we don't want to run on fumes, guys. If we are running on an empty stomach, if we are running on only proteins or fats without any carbohydrates, your body cannot tap into those, let's say, stored sugars or let's say glycogen to actually perform better during the workout, during race day, everything around it, and of course to recover as well. So like I said, 2 pieces of sourdough right now with some jam, a lot of carbs, a lot of banana, carbs, potassium, and also of course topping it off with honey. Very intentional, because like I said, I want to treat it as race day. Apart from this, guys, I have 2 more scoops right after of cluster dextrin, a very high carbohydrate source, with 2 to 3 scoops of electrolytes. So that will get me to around 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams of sodium before the workout. Because I also, of course, want to store that and use that during my workout, what I will also lose during my workout, which is sodium. And that is, of course, very important as well to let's say, prevent cramps and to prepare and perform the best way possible. So right now, 1.5 hours out from race, or let's say the big workout, and I'm super excited for it. I will take you guys with me.
Alright fam, right now it's 9:30 a.m. We have done everything in our control to prepare ourselves the best way possible leading up to this workout days prior. This morning, warming up. Right now there's one thing left, and that is of course the workout itself. So during this workout, I will carry 4 gels with me, and I will take these gels at kilometer 7, kilometer 14, kilometer 21, and kilometer 28. Those 4 gels will prevent me from bunking mid-workout and keeps me fueled, so I can tap into those, let's say, carbohydrates inside those small sausage. And there's, like I said, one thing left right now. So let's hit that workout. I will basically get back to you guys after the workout, and then we will recap what happened, how I felt, how I performed, and if I'm ready for race day, if I feel well, what I will do afterwards. And I'll see you guys after the workout. Let's get it. Alright guys, 35 kilometer workout completed. I believe this has been my best run ever. I'm almost home, and then we will go over the split. Can't wait to share it with you. Alright fam, we are back home, and as promised, I will go over the splits. But before we go over the splits, I want to share one very important thought that I had during this run. 35 kilometer run completed in 3 minutes and 58 seconds minute per kilometer average pace. 2 hours, 20 minutes, 50 seconds. On this run, I was realizing once again that when I started running 1 year and like about 7-8 months ago, I could never ever see myself put in a workout as I did today. But the thing is, if you want to create something, and if you truly want that, and you're gonna do everything that you have in your control to get towards the destination where you want to be, there is nothing in this world that you cannot achieve. And this sounds like common sense, but basically the difference between common sense and actually doing it and achieving that thing is huge. And I truly believe people watching this, if you're having the same kind of mentality that most people watching these videos have, that you're capable of achieving way more than you believe that you can do right now. Because I could never ever see myself run a 35 kilometer workout in 2 hours and 20 minutes. If I continue this, what I've done today, and I will do that on race day, then I will lock in a 2 hour and 49 minute-ish workout, or let's say race, in terms of an entire marathon. I could never see myself under 3 hours running an entire marathon. About 40 weeks ago, I started my journey towards the sub 3 hour marathon. I got injured. I faced a lot of obstacles. I faced a lot of adversity, not only in terms of injuries, but also in terms of personal life, which I will share more of on race day. And that's also why my why kept me going, because there's one very important thing that also drove me during this workout, even though I had it was a very tough workout. But there was one thing that kept me going, it kept me here in my mind, and that was my why, which I will share more of on race day. And it's super important to have that, because if you only do it for yourselves, most likely you don't have too much of like energy later down the road to actually continue, when that why, only because like for yourself, is basically fading away. When you have a stronger purpose that is stronger than about yourself, right? Then it's bigger than yourself, then you will find a way to make that basically dream or that vision that you have become a reality. And that's also why I was able to basically commit to this workout and hit the following splits. So as you guys know, I started with a 3-kilometer warm-up, then 6 times 1.5 kilometers fast pace around marathon pace. So 4:16 was my pace that I aimed for. And then of course a 3.5 kilometer pace around 3:58 aimed pace. So overall this workout has been completed, like I said, in an average pace of 3 minutes and 58 seconds minute per kilometers. And that is of course faster, way faster than marathon pace if you compare it to the 4:16 pace that I need to run. So the first 3 kilometers in terms of warm-up has been completed in 4 minutes and 48 seconds. That was the warm-up. Then the first split of 1.5 kilometers has been completed in 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Oh, below the aimed pace of 4 minutes and 60 seconds. And then I will go one by one. So right now the 3.5, then again the 1.5, etc. So first 3.5 kilometers, 3 minutes 57 seconds, so below pace. 150, 4:06, 350, 3:54 minutes per kilometer. Then 1.5 kilometer again, 4:10, 3.5 kilometer, 3:51, 4:06, 3:49, 4:10, 3:47, 4:12, 3:47, and the last one, 4:07 in terms of cooldown. Every single split has been achieved below the aimed pace in the beginning of this workout that I had set for myself. And that's why I believe also in terms of how I felt, how the conditions were, because truly I am so grateful with the weather that we have today. It was raining, it was pouring every single day during this week in the Netherlands. It was crazy. But today, sun was out, the weather was around 16 degrees Celsius, which is absolutely perfect, which I'm super grateful for. And I just felt really well. It felt effortless up until like 28 kilometers. The last, let's say 7 kilometers, I definitely felt the fatigue in my hamstrings. I right now as well feel the fatigue in my legs, but you know, if you expect to like get into these workouts and you're not tired, you're not fatigued, I truly believe that you're not done everything in your capability to achieve the outcome that you can achieve, that you haven't done your due diligence. You need to feel tired, you need to feel tired, you need to feel fatigued, but that's where it's all about. That's what these workouts are for, to test yourself. And the discomfort, that's what we need to face during these workouts, to also understand that we will face that during race day. Because marathons, guys, they are freaking hard. Literally. It's not for like people want to do like easy challenges. Marathons are hard. If you don't find it hard, you can run way harder than you're right now doing. That's the truth. And if we show up with intention, guys, then, like I said, if you do everything in your capabilities and you're gonna commit, doesn't matter the circumstances of weather, doesn't matter the circumstances of yourself, how you feel, the circumstances around you, if you do the work regardless, you will achieve the outcome that you're looking for. And like I said, to be honest, you know, for these big workouts, if you show up with intention, then you will achieve the outcome that you're focusing on right now. Because without, let's say, this preparation that we have, and without doing everything that we are capable of in order to achieve that outcome that we have set for ourselves, it's not worth it, guys, truly. So like I said, these workouts, they are meant to, you know, you're meant to feel discomfortable. And expecting that, you know, if you can, like, if you show up on race day and you haven't done everything in your capabilities, you cannot expect to get the maximum out of your body and to perform the best way possible. So with all that being said, guys, these workouts, if you show up with intention, you will not disappoint yourself. You will be ready for what is coming. And race day will be the cherry on the cake and not something that you're basically don't want to do. Because all the work that you will put in your 10 to 20 hour, 20 week preparation up towards race day, that's the hard stuff. Race day is the cherry on the cake where you can do everything that you have done and worked for in order to then achieve the outcome that you've set for yourself in the beginning, from week one, from day one. And that's where these workouts are, why these workouts are very big confidence boosters. and where you can actually show yourself and the people around you that you're capable of achieving more, so you can also inspire others to do exactly the same. So with that being said, I truly believe this has been my best workout yet, and I can't wait to see what we are getting into over the next 5 weeks, because we have 5 weeks left, one big workout left, then we get into the taper, and then we get into a carb load the last 3 to 4 days leading up to race day on October 19th. As of right now, I will take some electrolytes, and of course with that I prepared myself as well a protein and collagen shake to just replenish everything that I've lost in sweat with the electrolytes, and of course with that as well to recover my muscles, which is absolutely critical. That's the last part of this workout, of course. Taking some good night rest later today, and then in 2-ish weeks starting from today we have one more big workout, a 32 kilometer workout, which is consistent pace, about 4 minutes per kilometer, and that will be the last confidence booster in which we will get into race day. So with that being said, guys, I think based on what we have done right now, we have prepared ourselves very, very well. Even though we have seen so many obstacles along the way, we kept showing up. And I know most people, you guys watching this, do the exact same, and you can be proud of where you are right now. And then working like the last weeks up to race day should be fun. Even though it might be hard, when we gonna start the taper 2 weeks out, which I will share also more about, then that's basically where the real fun part comes in, because then we will do everything that we have in ourselves in order to prepare ourselves for race day. So with all that being said, guys, thank you for watching, and looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video and on race day, October 19th in Amsterdam. Take care, guys.